So this case series, I don't know how you feel about it. It's either a wonderful success story, right? If you think about Honda and a company that really entered a new market and was able to grow that market and make a lot of money. Or it's a really sad story, right? If you think about it from the perspective of the British motorcycle industry. And of course, my hope is that as we go along here, that your company will be more on the success story side than on the failure side. But please remember these 4 barriers to change, because we've seen many firms that once were successful eventually fail for one of these 4 reasons, right? A, they may not perceive that they have a problem. And remember again our discussion around disruptive technologies in that context. New technologies that come up and don't really look threatening to you, but may become threatening when they become good enough for your current customers. Number 2, knowledge. And so we really need to understand what are we up against, and really need to understand what is the new system that we might need to adopt. Number 3, do we have the right incentive systems in place? Do we have the motivation to actually change? And that is quite often a leadership issue. And number 4, do we have the capabilities and do we understand of how we need to coordinate to make these big changes happen? So the assignment that I have in mind for you is really to think back in your own organization and think about an instance or 2 where your organization failed to react. I know this is sometimes painful to think back because those are sometimes the instances we like to kind of put under the carpet. But think back. One was a situation where your company didn't quite react to an environmental shock. And then ask yourself, which of these barriers were involved? And hopefully, when you can understand the failures in the past, it may help you to avoid these failures in the future. Because inevitably, your company will face environmental changes, and I hope that your company will be able to react to them.